Good morning, students. Welcome to the new session of our English class. Today we will deal with tenses. As we all know, there are three types of tenses. They are present tense, past tense, and future tense. Now, what is a present tense? A sentence is said to be in the present tense if the verb refers to an action done in the present. Past tense. A sentence is said to be in the past tense if the verb refers to an action done in the past. And future tense. A sentence is said to be in the future tense if the verb refers to an action done in the future. Now let us move to different subkinds of the tenses. The present tense. Present tense is further divided into four subkinds. What are they? Number 1, present indefinite tense. Number 2, present continuous tense. Number 3, present perfect tense. And number 4, present perfect continuous tense. Past tense too is divided into four kinds. That is past indefinite, past continuous, past perfect, and past perfect continuous. In the same way, future tense is also divided into four subkinds. Future indefinite, future continuous, future perfect, and future perfect continuous. Now we will go into the definitions of the different kinds of the tenses. Now, present indefinite tense first. A sentence is said to be in the present indefinite tense if the verb refers to a habitual action or universal truth. First of all, the definition and their formations. A sentence is said to be in the present indefinite tense if the verb refers to a habitual action or universal truth. All of you be ready with your copies and pens. The formations: subject plus first form of verb. Now here, the first form verb may take s or es if the subject is a third person singular number. Third person singular number means he, she, they, if they are third persons. And if they are singular, suppose Prakash likes chocolates. They like chocolates. Singular subject, singular verb. Plural subjects, plural verbs. Now verbs with s or es as suffixes, they are singular verbs. Therefore, Prakash likes. Prakash is in the singular number, therefore likes will be a singular verb. Clear? So write down the formation and one or two examples. Prakash likes chocolates, that is one example. Formation I have already said, subject plus first form of verb. And if the subject is a third person singular number, then the verb will take s or es as suffix. Example, Prakash likes chocolates. They like chocolates. They like chocolates. So these are the examples of present indefinite tenses. Now let us move on to present continuous tense. A sentence is said to be in the present continuous tense if the verb refers to an action going on at the present moment. At this moment, at the time when I'm speaking, at the time when I do something, something is going on at this moment. A sentence is said to be in the present continuous tense if the verb refers to an action going on at the present moment or time. Formation: subject plus is or am or are plus ing verb. There may be object, there may not be object. So I'm not giving the object part here in the formation. Example: I am reading a book now. I am reading a book now. You may give object, a book, may not give, I am reading now. That also, that's why I have not given in the formation object. I'm sure you have understood this. Now moving on to the next one, that is present perfect tense. A sentence is said to be in the present perfect tense if the verb refers to an action done a short while ago or done before, but its effect is still there. First of all, write down the definition. A sentence is said to be in the present perfect tense if the verb refers to an action done a short while ago or done before, but its effect is still there. Formation: subject plus has or have plus third form of verb. Subject plus has or have plus third form of verb. Example: I have done my homework just now. I have done my homework just now. Another example: he has seen the film. He has seen the film. Now let us try to understand this tense a little more. Now see, in the definition, a sentence is said to be in the present perfect tense if it refers to an action done a short while ago. One part is a short while ago. Here, just now. When you use the phrase just now or recently, then it refers to the sentence done to the action having taken place in the short past. So I have done the work just now. I have done the work a short while ago. I've done the work recently. So this here the sentence refers to the present perfect tense, the action. Now if I say that the action is done in the past but its effect is still there, then also the sentence is said to be in the present perfect tense. How? Now if I say I have seen the Taj Mahal. I have seen the Taj Mahal. Now when is the time of action? Is the time of action mentioned here? No. The exact time of action is not mentioned. I have seen the Taj Mahal. That means I may have seen the Taj Mahal in the last year, or maybe I saw the Taj Mahal 2 years ago. It may be that I saw the Taj 3 years ago, but it is not mentioned. Simply I have seen the Taj. That means the action, the effect of the action is still there in my mind. One more example, say I have done my work. I have done my work. Here, when is the work accomplished? The time is not mentioned. So if the time is not mentioned, then we have to use present perfect tense. Why? Because in that case, we will have to understand that the action is done in the past and its effect is still there. So these type of actions where the exact time of action is not mentioned are said to be to have taken place in the past, but their effects are still in the present. So such sentences are in the present perfect tense. Now moving on to the next is present perfect continuous tense. A sentence is said to be in the present perfect continuous tense if the verb refers to an action started before but still continuing in the present. An action started before but is still continuing. Formation: subject plus has or have plus been plus ing verb. Ing verb means first form verb plus ing, like going, coming, okay, eating. So they are ing forms of verbs. So subject plus has or have plus been plus ing verb. Examples: I have been playing for 2 hours. That means the action of my playing started 2 hours ago and is still continuing. He has been living in this place for 7 years. He started living here 7 years ago and it's still continuing. That means the action is not yet over, it's still continuing. It has been raining for 2 hours. The action of raining started 2 hours ago and now also it is continuing. So these are the examples of present perfect continuous tenses. Now let us move on to the past tense. Past indefinite tense first. Now past indefinite tense, first the definition. A sentence is said to be in the past indefinite tense if the verb refers to an action done indefinitely in the past. Formation: subject plus second form of verb. Second form of verb means there are three forms of verbs: go, went, gone. First form, second form, third form. Go, present form; second, past form; and third form is past participle form. Go, went, gone. Present, past, past participle. So you have to use the past form of verb here. Subject plus second form of verb. Second example: we saw the film yesterday. We saw the film yesterday. Here the time of action should be mentioned. Now, when did you see? Yesterday. Simply one action in the past, so it is said to be said to have taken place indefinitely, so past indefinite tense. Another example: I bought this pen at a fair last week. When? Last week. Time is mentioned, a period is mentioned, so it is in the present indefinite, past indefinite tense. Then we move on to past continuous tense. A sentence is said to be in the past continuous tense if the verb refers to an action going on at a particular point of time in the past. At a particular point of time. Now, which type of words will mean that that it is a particular point of time in the past? Through an example, you can find out. Formation: subject plus was or were plus ing verb. Subject plus was or were plus ing verb. Example: I was studying when father returned. I was studying when father returned. At which point of time? At the point of time when father returned. What was I doing? I was studying. So an action was going on when something else happened, or at other point, at some point of time. I was studying when father returned. At the point of time when father returned, I was studying. So past continuous. He was painting when rain came. He was painting when rain came. Here the point of time is an action. Now if the point of time is a noun, they were playing at this time yesterday. They were playing when? At this point of time. This point of time yesterday. Yesterday at this point. Suppose it is 3 o'clock now. So yesterday at 3 o'clock they were playing. So which point of time? At the point of time when this time existed yesterday, they were playing. So these are the examples of past continuous tense. Now past perfect tense, here you have to understand properly, and some students have come newly to class 9. For them it is more important because they may not have got in details about these definitions in the previous classes. So you have to understand quite comprehensively, you have to understand quite properly, and you have to repeatedly learn these tenses. Okay, first of all you have to learn, then you just have to roll your eyes over and it will be automatically engraved in your minds. It will be easier for you to understand and comprehend and distinguish between the tenses of the different sentences. Past perfect tense definitions. A sentence is said to be in the past perfect tense if there are references of two actions in the past. A sentence is said to be in the past perfect tense if there are references of two actions in the past, one of which takes place before the commencement of the other. One of which takes place before the commencement of the other. That means two actions took place in the past and one action took place before the other. And the action which takes place first is in the past perfect form. This part also you have to add in your definition. The action which takes place first is in the past perfect form. Formation: subject plus had plus been plus third form verb. Perfect tenses always take third forms of verbs. All the three perfect tenses of all the three tenses: present perfect tense, past perfect tense, and future perfect tense. They will always take third forms of verbs. Subject plus had been plus third form verbs. Example: He had done the work before father returned. He had done the work before father returned. Two actions in the past. Father also returned and he also did the work. Which action took place first? His doing the work took place before father's return. So he had done the work before father returned. His doing the work will be in the past perfect form. Then we come to one more example. I had reached the field before the game began. I had reached the field before the game began. Now moving to the last part of the past tense, we come to past perfect continuous tense. A sentence is said to be in the past perfect continuous tense if there are references of two actions in the past, one of which starts before and keeps continuing till the commencement of the second action. A sentence is said to be in the past perfect continuous tense if the verb refers to an action, if there are references of two actions in the past, one of which starts before and keeps continuing till the commencement of the second action, and the action which takes place first is in the past perfect continuous form. I repeat, a sentence is said to be in the past perfect continuous tense if there are references of two actions, one of which, that means one action starts before and it keeps continuing till the beginning of second action. Commencement means beginning, and the action which takes place first is in the past perfect continuous form. Example: he had been working for 2 hours when rain came. He had been working for 2 hours when rain came. So he also did the work in the past, rain also came in the past, but his work started before the coming of rain and it kept continuing till the coming of rain. So, and his doing the work started before, so it is in the past perfect continuous form. He had been doing the work for 2 hours when rain came. This is one example. Another example: I had been playing for 2 hours when teacher called us. I had been playing for 2 hours when teacher called us. She had been painting for quite some time when her father returned from office. So these are the examples of present, future perfect, past perfect continuous tense. So these are the definitions that we did today in this session. I think we have some more time to do for the future tense as well. Let us do future tense as well. The future indefinite tense. Future indefinite tense, a sentence is said to be in the future indefinite tense if the verb refers to an action done indefinitely in the future. That means only one action will be done in the future. Formation: subject plus shall or will plus first form verb. Subject plus shall or will plus first form verb. Example: he will come home tomorrow. He will come home tomorrow. I shall meet the president next week. Now here, I and we, they take shall, whereas others take will. But in case of obligation, in case of compulsion, when some force is to be applied in a sentence, then their use get reversed. When I say something forcefully, then I and we will take will, whereas others will take shall. Like, I will come tomorrow. That means by hook or crook, whatever happens, whether there be heavy rain or there will be a thunderstorm. Whatever happens, I will come tomorrow. That means there is a compulsion, there is a promise. Another example, they will return next week. She will go to the US next year. So these are the examples of future indefiniteness where only one action in the future is expressed. Number 2, future continuous tense. A sentence is said to be in the future continuous tense if the verb refers to an action going on at a particular point of time in the future. Formation: subject plus shall or will plus be plus ing verb. Example: he will be playing at this time tomorrow. I shall be studying when father returns. These are examples of future continuous tenses. Future perfect tense. A sentence is said to be in the future perfect tense if there are references of two actions in the future, one of which takes place before the commencement of the other. Example: formation: subject plus shall or will plus have plus third form verb. Examples: I shall have done the work before father returns. Before father returns. So future perfect form, then the other will be present indefinite form. Remember, I shall have done the work before father returns. He will have completed painting before it gets dark. It will get dark. He will also complete painting. When will that? Which action will take place first? His completion of the painting will take place first, then the getting of dark. So he will have completed painting before it gets dark. One more example. They will have seen the film before teacher comes. They will have seen the film before teacher comes. Last one, future perfect continuous tense. A sentence is said to be in the future perfect continuous tense if there are references of two actions in the future, one of which starts before and keeps continuing till the commencement of the second action. As in the past, here in the future. Formation: subject plus shall or will plus have been plus ing verb. Example: he will have been reading English for quite some time when mother calls him. He will have been reading English for quite some time when mother calls him. They will have been playing for 2 hours when rain comes. They will have been playing for 2 hours when rain comes. So these are the examples of future perfect continuous tenses. So students, today I have learned the definition of different types of tenses and their formations. So I urge all of you to learn by heart these definitions properly, go through the formations and examples and try to understand. In the next session we will discuss some exercises on tenses. Thank you.